You look lost.
I do?
Where are you headed?
Art 101 with Mr. Burgher.
Friends, scholars, welcome back to another episode of Art 101 with me, Mr. Burgher. I'm a professional artist and a master educator. I'm going to attempt to provide you with the best in our historical content. If you like this, follow along.
Yeah, I know you.
Now you're probably asking yourself, what is this about? Is this about art? Is this about a movie? Because you clicked on the video, you must have some indication that this is about the film Castaway. And it's kind of a tie between both. My first year teaching, I said, you know what, students, any question you have, I'll answer it. And the young lady raised her hand. I think she was a junior, sophomore, junior. And she said, Mr. Burgher, what is the meaning of life? And I said, it's art. And I spoke about the ancient civilizations. I talked about the Egyptians and the Africans and the ties between life and art. And how everything in their world was the art world, and everything in the art world was in the real world. There was no distinction. And that's somewhat true of this movie. Let me explain. This film begins with a sculptural reference. The sculptural reference is in the title. We see the use of graphic design in the logo, and that logo is a symbol of him moving forward throughout the entire picture, as we will see. And his companion, Wilson, is throughout a film an evolving art project, starting as a simple drawing and evolving into a full three-dimensional figure and a companion element to the main character. So what are the art contexts that we find in the movie Castaway?
And now here I am.
So first and foremost, we see the title Castaway. Castaway in the context of the movie is actually a single word, but here it's two words. And some might say that this is an indication of something thrown away or disregarded, but the opening sequence says otherwise. Here's what I mean. What is a cast?
Well, I was just about to figure that out.
A cast, by definition, is an object made by shaping molten metal or similar material in a mold. And we see the FedEx truck driving up and going to this place. Art studio of Bettina, and you see the wings that are reoccurring over and over again. We'll see that throughout the movie, the wings, which is her logo, throughout the entire movie. And we know that she's the artist because she's in the art studio working, and she ships the package out to her cheating husband. And by the end of the movie, we know what transpires, but at any rate, in the casting process, basically you create the artwork, sometimes in clay, plaster, wax, or some other malleable material. From that, a mold is created, and that mold is then filled with molten metal, whether that's aluminum or bronze or whatever it's filled with. That's the process. Then you have the casting. The raw casting oftentimes has what's called flash, and this is unwanted and excess material that is attached to the cast. And this obviously has to be removed, which is what we see her in the process of doing in the studio, grinding off that flash.
Yeah! Look what I have created!
So the FedEx plane goes down, Chuck goes onto the island. Chuck, also a reference to being thrown away or discarded. But anyway, Chuck grabs the packages and the things from the island, but preserves the one with the wings. At the end of the movie, he would credit this package He would credit his relationship with his girlfriend, fiancée, I guess, and to some degree, his relationship with the volleyball Wilson for really saving his life. Wilson would become the companion on the island. His relationship would be an emotional need to get off the island, but the package was the work, the purpose behind getting off the island, something to accomplish, something to do, or a task that needed to be done for getting off the island.
Because tomorrow the sun will rise. Who knows what the tide could bring?
At the end of it all, Chuck has a decision. He's at a crossroads. Wilson is gone, and for whatever reason, he replaced him. His girlfriend, fiancé relationship is no longer an option for him, and the package has been delivered. And we see the artist come up in her pickup truck with her dog, providing some direction. But at the end of the day, it's Chuck's choice on where he's going to go. And he stands at the fork in the road. He's got 4 directions that he can travel. Which path does he choose? And it appears as though he's going to choose the path back to the wings, back to the sculpture. The artwork has spoken to him. He has a story to tell. So I deduce that that's where he goes back to the farmhouse art studio. But at any rate, we all have those choices. We all have those feelings of being discarded or having to start over, having to recreate our life from a certain point, sometimes out of necessity and sometimes out of circumstance. But either way, sometimes we face those things, and it's little things, the art, the relationships, whether they're figments of our imagination or real, that will help us get through those times where we struggle or what have you. And to me, this is why this particular film is a great work of art. It illustrates championing art and artists. It illustrates our human need for art in a very unique sort of way. Thanks for following along and watching this video on life, art, the movie Castaway, and hopefully you got something out of it. Until next time.
So, we okay?